Welcome again to the Volvo Ocean Race. This is leg 11, the final showdown, and we are 1 day and 1 hour into the last leg. And we've got a bit of a treat for you here, folks, because we have got Dongfeng Race Team and MAPFRE, as seen here, entering the port of Aarhus in Denmark. Now, this is a little bit of a flyby that we've organized into downtown Aarhus. There are literally thousands of people lining the docks, waiting with bated breath as to see which one of these red boats is going to make it in and out cleanly, and whether this could be a pivotal moment in the course of this last leg, with so much to play for when it comes down to the Hague. Now, looking at the conditions, we can see that they've got a new sail hoisted, and what are your thoughts as to what that might be? It looks like they're going to be on a broad reach on the way out. Do you think they've gone directly to the masthead zero or the J0 to add some flexibility? What's your take?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. To me, right now, furled up, the way that the branding looks at the bottom there, it almost looks like the J0, but I wouldn't be surprised if, I wouldn't be surprised if the J0. The only problem with the J0 is that it's not the easiest sail change to the masthead zero, which they will definitely need to get on out of here.
Yeah, okay, well there we go. We've got a conservative option, and we've got a more powerful option. Now we've got the perspective of Dongfeng Race Team through the eyes of our camera and Niall Best down on the dock. Niall, tell us what this is like.
Well, right now we've got Dongfeng Race Team just, one boat length away from the harbour wall. They've played the right game. You're right about them being conservative. They've made this pretty easily. They've sailed into the harbour. They're approaching the tack. We can see that the stack of weight is already split, and the crowds all around have been cheering and welcoming them in. We've got the race control marshal boats out, making sure that their passage is pretty smooth apart from the breeze, and they've just hit a very big gust at the moment. Remember, they don't have the stack all the way up. The keel, I think, is already starting to move. That's why we're seeing some heel coming onto the boat. Now the tack for the turn. And this is going to be important. If they get hit by a big gust at this point, it's going to make the bear away a little bit challenging. But so far, so good. They're under control, and they're through the turn, and now they're pointing on the way back out. There's a gust coming over their shoulder, but Dongfeng Racing will be very pleased by that. Smoothly on the way in, smoothly around the turning mark. Now the big zero sail comes out. They're going to be back up to full power. They've made that look very easy.
So there we go. They've unfurled the masthead code zero, the biggest sail that they could use in these conditions, and they've already got the jockey pole out. Looks like they're ready to attack now.
Yeah, absolutely ready. And what they're going to be doing in the next 20 seconds or so is they're going to be sailing right past MAPFRE. The Chinese boat is right now locked bow to bow with MAPFRE. Now, you were talking a little bit about the rules. At the moment, Dongfeng Race Team on port tack, MAPFRE coming up on starboard. MAPFRE are going to have right of way. There's plenty of room to avoid each other. I'm sure that Xavi Fernandez will be looking just to get in, get round the mark and get out without any aggressive tactics. But in a minute, they will be locking horns. So far, so good for Dongfeng Race Team. Can MAPFRE match them? Are they going to be able to sail a smooth line in, round, and then back out and keep the race alive for the next big half of this leg?
So here they go. This is the moment that they're facing each other down. Do you feel the energy of the crowd with these two champions staring each other down?
Well, right now, every single person on the harbour wall is standing up, Conrad. They're all taking a look out. One person stands up, blocks the way for somebody else. Everybody's trying to find a vantage point. But what I can tell you from the corner where I can see is Dongfeng Race Team. It looks like they've held high. They weren't prepared. They weren't happy to get close to MAPFRE and give them any chance to get a call of them. So they've gone right over the top, kept well clear. MAPFRE are now coming up. At the moment, their line looks a little bit lower to Dongfeng Race Teams when they came in. So MAPFRE will want to stay a little bit harder on the breeze. But what I can tell you by my eye at the moment is that the Spanish boat is matching what we saw Dongfeng Race Team do in terms of sail setup. Good conservative
Well, it'll be interesting
thinking.
to see, Niall, what sail they do finally unfurl when they go around the mark. I don't see a jockey pole set up for the new tack. So it's going to be interesting to see, because earlier in the day we saw a Dongfeng race team going downwind with the masthead Code Zero, the sail that they just unfurled, whereas in the same conditions, this boat here, Team MAPFRE, was on the J0 and matching them, although saying a little bit higher. So interesting to see different takes on how to attack the same conditions here now.
Yeah, really good call about the jockey pole. I was seeing a little bit of movement on that back corner, but I was also mentioning that they are lower. They are way closer to the other side of the harbour right now. They got a little bit of a gust, which allowed them to burn the power off with a little bit of height. So they're going to be able to lay this mark without needing to do any strapping in of sails or any tacks. That's going to be good news, Xavi Fernandez. But a big header just in the last 2 or 3 seconds. The J1, a big luff, they lost power, the stack is split, they're ready for this tack. So far, I'd say that Dongfeng race teams were smoother. I mean, we're talking about boat lengths here, but that's how close this boat race is right now. Dongfeng race team, they've had the edge on this approach to Aarhus Harbour turning mark. MAPFRE now turning round. There is a gust coming over their side, but they're safely through. The bows round now. They're ready for the power. And again, straight away with the unfurl of the big sail up front. As you say, no jockey pole ready for it right now, but the crew are already getting the J1 out and safely packed away.
Oh, here's the interaction between Dongfeng and Vestas. Vestas on port, Dongfeng on starboard. They're going to keep clear. But what a nice little chance they can. A little bit of bad air going to come here from Vestas, and then they're going to pop through, and we'll see if we see any hands waving and well wishes. Probably not. It looks like they're all hammered down.
they're trying to fight to the death. And just in terms of the closing speed, we've got the telemetry here, and so we've seen Dongfeng going 16 knots, and then we've got Vestas sort of doing 9.5 to 10, which is a pretty good target number upwind, right? The power is on this team right here. Niall, we've got the team in the harbour. What's it like?
Well, it's pretty gusty. The breeze has increased since the last 2 boats came in and exited the harbour. Vestas 11th Hour Racing have got a little bit more to do. They're safely past the car ferry, which is now docked and out of the way. So they're coming up to the turning mark. But 1 minute, they've got too much power. Now, as they get close to where we are right now, and the clapping and the cheering from the crowd starts to come over the microphone, they get too little power. It's going to be very delicate for them to sail the best efficient line in. As we looking at them right now, we can see that leeward daggerboard halfway down at the moment. We have got the forward sail, the Code Zero, furled up. That's ready to go. And we've got the J1 being used at the moment. So again, same setup. This time the jockey pole is out and ready to be deployed. Behind us here at the moment, the Vestas wind enclosure, the VIP Vestas wind enclosure, is absolutely ready to cheer this boat round the mark. And here they are, bows to it now, just as the boat starts to heel over, the keel starts to go down. They turn their way through, looking out for any gusts on the horizon. There is some big breeze with us at the moment. The boat now up to power. They've got to get the bow through the turn nice and easy. And, well, at this point, we did see MAPFRE, we did see Dongfeng race team with the Code Zero already unfurling, but at the moment there's a little bit of delay. They're not going for it straight away. It could be because the breeze being a little bit higher means that they're not in a massive rush. We've got the bow on board Vestas 11th Hour Racing, the bow crew, just flicking the sheets off the daggerboard. They can deploy now if they want to, but they're taking their time just to wave to the crowds right now. And we've got a J3, it looks like, going up inside the J1. So, similar approach on the way in to Dongfeng race team and MAPFRE, but a very different approach to the exit.
Here they are. This is the moment that we've been waiting for, where they come in, tack around. Now, they have done this maneuver hundreds of times during the course of this race with all of the import and starts and finishes. They have done it thousands of times over their collective career, and now they've got the masthead Code Zero. I presume that's the sail that all of the other boats put up, and deploying here early, trying to get the jump on Team AkzoNobel.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. We'll have to see how this angle, I think we did see a shift come in there where if they're headed in on this tack, they're able to deploy earlier because it means they're lifted coming out on port, which means they'll be able to make that harbor exit. But you can see, to me, it looks like the distance has closed there between these two boats.
Yeah, I certainly agree, and it's closer than it was between these two boats on the way in through the outer harbour, and it's certainly closer than we saw earlier with Dongfeng Race Team and MAPFRE. They crossed in the outer harbour. They didn't really have a go at each other. However, if AkzoNobel does does a clean unfurl, a clean deploy, they could almost get the jump on Team Brunel, try and steal their wind, and actually make life difficult for them as well.